Hello guys, and welcome to my review for the 1996 version of Romeo and Juliet, which obviously a great classic of the Shakespearean things that he does, you know. Just gonna say right now, I'm kind of was on the fence for most of this film. I wasn't sure whether it was kind of good or whether it was terrible. But the ending pushed me over the edge, I'm not gonna lie, and I'll probably come to that at the end of the video because that's chronology for you. But first, yeah, this film actually did have, the movie had a pretty good cast. I mean, some really good actors. Leonardo DiCaprio, not his best work, but I mean, it's quite difficult for actors to go from something normal like Titanic to something with ye olde language of Shakespeare. Yeah, so directed by Baz Luhrmann, who actually isn't that bad, but yeah, obviously the script is written for them. That's one thing about this movie, so I can't dig them about that, but obviously it's a Shakespeare script, so yeah, it wasn't actually that bad. The whole plot of the movie, it's kind of not one of like my favourite Shakespeare's, because I'm sophisticated enough to enjoy them. No, because I know it's all just a bit too romantic and predictable and, well, yeah. But yeah, onto the bad points. Cinematography of the film was terrible. I mean, for me personally, it was shot really tightly shot, if you know what I mean. Like, it was always horrible close-ups, not really much like panning out or kind of like, there wasn't much of progression of the film in terms of like just having solely film rather than having the characters in it as well, which I quite like to have in movies. The editing was really clunky. It was way too many oranges, and I mean that kind of moves on to the whole way it was set, which was like in some kind of like late 80s America, which didn't work at all for me. It was just, it didn't fit. I mean, it's better than West Side Story, but it still didn't fit. Yeah, and for some reason in this film, I mean, this is due just to the version that Baz Luhrmann made, everyone just seems to have a gun and just like flings it around, goes swimming in the sea and just shoots the sea. I mean, I didn't get that bit either. I mean, they're obviously trying to replace knives to make it modern with guns, and it didn't work at all because, I mean, like, not only were they just having guns, they would just pick up guns from like street corners, and it just didn't work again. That's one of the movie fell back on itself, trying to make itself too modern. I think it really just tries a lot, really too hard to try and get it right, whereas if it had just been a lot more relaxed around the kind of modern / old kind of era films, which yeah, didn't like. But the ending of this film is hilarious. I mean, and also full of continuity errors, but if you don't want to know this film's version, I'm just going to do some spoilers right now. Not that I've ever done a spoiler warning before, but there's one right here. Yeah, so in the ending of this movie, Romeo kills himself by taking a vial of poison, keeping to the Shakespeare script. But not keeping to the Shakespeare script, he literally, as he puts it down his throat, she wakes up and goes, "Oh, it's you!" And that was like the worst move it could have made. I mean, I know poetic license, but just no. And then Juliet does some incredibly bad, like, kind of cry, like a which was just, oh, it had me laughing until like where she killed herself, which is also terrible because she put a gun here, she put a gun here and then shot herself with a very large pistol, and no blood. Like that, her head should have just gone, just not be there. But no, not just like a small incision. Yeah, I don't like this movie. It is available on YouTube for you guys that want to watch it, but the first part isn't on there, so basically the first part consists of the Capulets and the Montagues having a fight in a gas station. If you're interested, I'll put a link here to the part 2. Thank you guys for watching. I know this has made me getting a bit angry, but you know, the worst thing about this is that I'm doing a GCSE level examination on it, and GCSE is basically one of the important ones if you don't know what that is, so hitting a man whilst he's down. Yeah, so that was a bit angry, but I would give this movie 4 moustaches out of 10, and I progressively seem to have disliked it more whilst doing this review, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Oh, it's so long away. I know. Maybe, I don't know, I might try and, like, I'm going to London on Wednesday, as part of, like, a school trip thing. I mean, if you guys want me to do any filming, do a vlog, leave it in the comments below, or just leave a like, I will definitely do that. And then, if not, I'll see you guys on Saturday, and goodbye.